All right, what's good, y'all? Let's do a little trade recap of what happened today. I took a L, unfortunately, but kind of part of the game, kind of part of the game here. So let's just bring it back to 9:30 open here. What was I seeing before the market? Boom. We had London lows. We had no, this is okay. Let me go down here. London lows right there. We had, or London lows right here. My bad. London lows right here. We had Asian session lows, London highs that got swept pre-market. We also had these guys right here, previous days, highs and lows. If we go on the 4-hour market, what is that? 2400 minutes. Perfect. If we go on that, we can see equal lows right here. Oh my fuck. Equal lows here on ES, and this already swept it. So we had a little bit that we were working with, a little bit of liquidity down there. But let's just go with what I saw during the market here. Oh, can we not do that? Perfect. So obviously sweep. Now I'm waiting for a little bit of low time frame manipulation on the charts and then an SMT. So let's see here. This is on Nasdaq. Nasdaq immediately will take out this, but starts dumping down, whereas ES just soars up. So yeah, boom. ES goes out and takes out this right here. We also had news at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. But you can see here, fat SMT. So I just hopped on the 1 minute. I waited for news to come out though, because I didn't want to just like, trade before news happens. That's like pretty dumb. But let's see. At news, we had a big rip up, and then it came down, and then it had rips down. So look, it ultimately finished bullish here. So kind of just waiting it out, trying to see if there's anything better, and then I think price starts to rip up here. Ultimately creating another SMT just on a much wider frame here, with ES soaring up, taking out the highs, and Nasdaq over here. My gosh, creating another SMT. So see that happen. Oh, let's see. Ooh, ooh. See this fair value gap get formed here. This was a very strong fair value gap. Almost every single candle that would test to it respected the fair value gap, which was insane. I should have took that as my sign that price is just not going to be good. But I mean, I was just like, if we see a break of structure, we'll go for it. I should have waited for us to quite possibly inverse that fair value gap. But let's see where I entered here. Boom. Okay. See, 5 minute, we make another. Guess I should have waited for that candle to close, huh? But it's like, it's so hard when Nasdaq is clearly below. I entered off this right here. Honestly, it was good risk. Put that there, and I think I had it somewhere around here. Oh, it was definitely two. Yeah. So I was risking 500 to make 1,000. And let's just see how that played out for me, huh? Let's go on the 1 minute here, or on the 1 minute, and let's just see. Boom. It makes these big rips down. I'm like, okay, this might be good. We're in profit. And then boom, stops me out. Like right here, it was up, and then it just made a big move down. Big move down all the way down here. And I was like, shit, we might inverse this. Rejected. and respected that fair value gap. Unfucking fortunate. Unfucking fortunate. There's like a towel right behind. Jeez. Unfortunate, and we lost. Kind of ended it at the day there. Didn't really do much after that because I don't want to overtrade. Don't want to revenge trade. Followed the confluences there. Douche. Should have waited to see how these 5-minute candles displays because ultimately that fair value gap got ruled out really fucking quick. But you live, you learn. Um, Actually, after this 5-minute, that is a lower one. But we should have saw these fucking rejections. It was blatantly obvious here that price didn't want to go past this. Like looking at all these, if price wanted to go down, we would have inversed right around here with the amount of attempts that it tried. So it's just something to note. I think one of the bigger reasons of why I actually lost that was because I was watching a live stream and the guy that was on the live stream was also shorting. So it just, fed into my mentality of like, oh, it's going to go down. Oh, it's going to go down. Instead, I should have turned that off, looked and saw that clearly right here, price did not want to go down. Just wanted to keep going. It respected the fair value gap. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, 7 times of it mitigating that fair value gap, one of those would have broke it, and it just didn't. And I should have saw that and should have stayed out of this trade. But at the end of the day, it did break structure to the downside on the 1 minute, which is part of my strategy. We did risk a decent amount, 500, so that's pretty good. Didn't over risk. I actually set a limit order. So once it broke structure, I set a limit order that it tapped in right here. Right, where is that? Yeah, because obviously it went up right after. But yeah, it tapped into my limit order, so I could only risk 500. I think I'm gonna start doing that more just to make sure I'm sticking to my rules and risking only a certain amount because I feel like recently I've been getting a little bit trigger happy, and even though I banged on a trade, this guy right here, even though I banged on these trades right here, it was also a very big risk to reward. I made 1,000, but I was risking about 700 or so, or 800, and that's a lot more than what I want to risk, and that's gonna get me out of the game early if I risk like that. So 500 out today. I could even plan on risking a little bit less, just because my uh total drawdown is 2 bands, so $2,000. But yeah, that's pretty much all it is today. You win some, you lose some. Honestly, a really bad trade on my end here. Not the best trade, I'll be honest. This was ugly. Yeah, I should have just saw the chop and just like known to stay out of it. I don't think there was any SMTs at the lows here that would have like suggested otherwise. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Well, happens, and we're just gonna move on from there. Come back tomorrow. It's a no news um Tuesday tomorrow. Uh-huh. We'll just see what the market gives us. There's always another opportunity. There's no need to revenge trade. There's always another opportunity, and let's just see. Yeah, of course, prices going down here, but better to just get off the charts before I do anything I'm gonna regret. So thank you guys for watching. We'll come back tomorrow, see if there's any opportunities, and you'll know if I traded, if I uploaded. See you guys later.